Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the moon.
Good morning, it is Katie and Grant and Luke, and we thought that it would be fun to show everyone, because we get asked quite a bit, how we do our daily routine with homeschool. We thought that we would try this whole day in the life thing, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna kind of film throughout the day and do our best to show everybody what it is that we do. First up,
Breakfast.
breakfast.
And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well.
Good.
So as you can see right now, Grant and Luke are enjoying their breakfast, which they prepared themselves. So that's a win in the mom department. And now I need to make myself a breakfast. So I will do that. And then once we are finished, we will go up and start our school day. When the boys are done with their breakfast, they do a chore, right? And today they are cleaning some windows.
And the seeds are sown. Please receive my spirit, Lord, and welcome me home. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well.
22 seconds.
And all shall be
23
well,
seconds.
all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well.
Okay, so we have had breakfast, we've done chores, we've watered plants, and we've played outside. And now we're gonna get started with our school day. It is about 9:30 in the morning. The lesson today is you can always trust God.
Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which we cannot be shaken by endless forever.
Dear God,
Dear God,
sometimes I feel a lot like Gideon.
sometimes I feel a lot like Gideon.
Chivalry is having courage to help and respect those who are. So, how can I be more chivalrous? Repeat after me. I can show love and respect to others.
Show love and respect to others.
Okay, so we just finished Bible study. It took us about 15 minutes, and now we're going to move into our independent and individual learning times. Luke is going to get started with his independent work with his, handwriting, explode the code, and some reading.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm going to work with Grant, and first we're going to do a language arts lesson. So, guys, let's get our materials and get started.
Thank you. You're welcome, girl.
And Bud, where are you going to work today?
I'm down in the school. Down.
Morning room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hydrogen rearranging chiefly spaghetti. Maps and globes are wonderful tools that help us see the entire world or an area of the world. Globes are
So what do you think the yellow areas are?
probably mountains,
Yeah.
maybe.
Detailed political maps may also show the locations of cities and towns. Okay, so we've pulled our map down to determine if we have a physical or a political map. And Grant, what do you think that we have?
I think a mixture of both.
Teach me the lies that I'm believing about who you are and what I'm needing. Show me the truth that I'm not seeing, the grace.
Okay, so it is now about 10:20 in the morning, and we've already done Bible study, and I've done a language arts lesson one-on-one with Grant. While I was doing that, Luke was doing his independent work, so his handwriting and explode the code. He is now down in the basement, so I'm gonna go bring him up. He's playing Legos, and I'm gonna bring him up, and we're gonna get started with either a language arts or a math lesson, while Grant is doing his independent work for language arts. Hey Luke, it's time to come up for one-on-one lessons, either language arts or math first, okay?
every wound you will repair. You're not going anywhere.
Yesterday we did graphing, remember that? You graphed the bugs. 4th, Wednesday, August 4th. How do we write that in number form?
My yesterdays have been so hollow. You carry me above my sorrow. I'm running into your tomorrow.
What comes first in a day? The night, the afternoon, the morning, or the evening? Yeah, the morning comes first. Yeah. And this takes an hour to go all the way around. Start school. Then what else do you do before lunch? You were just doing it. Playing Legos. I'm gonna go check on Grant.
How do you like them?
I love it. Do you see the improvement?
Yes.
That looks awesome. Okay, so how many hours are in a day?
24.
Yes, 24. We also learned from this song that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Do you see the second hand that ticks really fast?
Every moment you're reminded that my past does not define me.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so while Luke is working on some independent bonus activity work with his math, I have a chance here to review his Explode the Code and handwriting work as well as Grant's independent work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Reviewed all independent work. It looks great. It is now a little after 11. It's 11:05 a.m. or p.m.?
A.
a.m. It's 11:05 a.m. and they're requesting lunch. So we're gonna take an early lunch today. So let's go do that.
Yeah!
Okay, so it is 11:15 and the boys are having their lunch. I'm not quite hungry yet, so I actually have some work to do, helping my husband with some social media marketing things with his real estate company. And so I'm gonna sit down and take this time to work on some of that.
Day spring of life that gives us light from on high. Would you light our way?
Okay, so I have finished what I needed to do for my husband, just getting a property that is under contract posted, and kids are down in the basement just playing Legos. Of course, it's their favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna give them a little bit more time. There's a few other things that I need to kind of just tidy up around here so that we can reset and be ready to take on the kind of second half of our homeschool day. And at this point, it is 11:30 in the morning.
Father, would you guide our...
Okay, so now it is 11:50 and they've done lunch, they've had a little bit of playtime, and now we are going to get started with more independent work. We're gonna knock out Grant's math and Luke's language arts really quick, and then we'll move into our group lesson. Are you ready for math?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. 8 times 9.
8 times 9, 72.
8 times 1.
8
8 times 3.
times 3, 24.
In the frying pan, Raul always looked forward to Fridays when he got to spend time with Abuela, his grandmother. This story problem represents a multiplication equation, but we didn't know one of the factors. it is about 12:30, what, p.m. or a.m.? p.m. 12:30 p.m. and I finished the math lesson with Grant, and now we're going to do our language arts lesson with Luke. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are on lesson 50, and the topic that we're going to be talking about is a sentence needs 3 things.
Why?
We're going to find out. You are says...
Nurse, purse, fur, turn.
Very good, buddy. Last one.
Stir, girl, bird, bed, first.
Very good. A sentence needs 3 things. A subject. Remember we talked about a subject?
A subject, a person, or a word.
A subject is who or what is doing or being. It also needs a verb, which is what is the subject doing or being. Yeah. And it needs to express a complete thought. Yeah. All right? If a group of words is missing any of those things, it's called a fragment.
What is a fragment?
I will read a sentence and you tell me if it has a complete thought.
Okay.
When the sun sets. Does it have a complete thought?
No.
No, it doesn't. What about when the sun sets, we go to bed?
Bless you for your grace. Bless you for your perfect love and your perfect ways. And all shall be well. All shall be well.
Come on. That was amazing.
This sentence was in you. No, you got a friend in me. I think it's that.
All manner of things shall be well. Use me as you will. Remove my selfish pride.
Okay, so it is now about 1 o'clock, and we have done all of our independent work and our Bible study. Luke is finishing up his watercolor painting from his language arts lesson, and now we're going to kind of clean up and tidy up our homeschool space here and get ready for our group lesson.
All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well.
Okay, we are on our final step of the day, regarding school anyway, right? And it is a little after 1 o'clock, and we are going to just hammer out our history lesson today. We are on lesson 35, the Sons of Liberty and the Boston Tea Party, okay? In the 1750s and the 1760s, the headline, "No taxation without representation." Do you guys remember that from last lesson?
Yeah.
J.W. Ross explains that the Sons of Liberty was an organization started by Samuel Adams in 1765. Right here,
I see
you
it.
see them building the Liberty pole, and they would meet around this big pole.
Sons of Liberty dressed themselves as Native Americans, staining their faces brown and painting them. Then, tomahawk in hand, they stole silently down to the ships, and uttering wild war cries, sprang on board. They seized the tea chests, and with their hatchets burst them.
Okay guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us here today on our very first A Day in the Life video that showcases what a typical day in the life for homeschool looks like here in our home. This is just simply how we do it. This is what works for us. Most days go like this, but there are some days where it gets a little bit more chaotic and we may not, have the best flow of the day, and that's okay. But I really believe that this is a good representation of what homeschool looks like for us. So we really do hope that this helps you in whatever way that you're hoping that it will. If you have any questions or comments, or if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment below with what it is that you did enjoy. Let us know what other types of videos that you would be interested in seeing. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again so much for hanging out with us today. I'm gonna end the video here. It is about 1:45 or almost 2 o'clock, and I still have a lot of stuff to do throughout the day. typical mom life things. But please be sure that you're following us on Instagram. I'll put our handle here. It's at The Harris Adventures. And otherwise, again, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Please like it, comment below, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And we hope that you just have the best day. So thank you, and we will see you next time.